Hey everybody, it's me, Jeff Fuzzy Wenzel, CEO of Woodshed Agency, and this is another episode of the 30-Minute Review Show where we are going to be walking through a Kickstarter campaign that's either getting ready to launch or has launched, and I'm going to be looking at it just as if it was my first time looking at the campaign, so that way I can give kind of some really valuable information to the project creator about, hey, maybe these are some of the things that you're not thinking about because you're too close to it. Maybe you're in the weeds on it, and you've looked at it every single day, and now all of a sudden you get somebody else looking at it and going, oh, they see it this way. So I think that is like as valuable as information as you can possibly get for your campaign. So that's what these shows are all about. So today we're going to be talking about the DayPack with project creator Dusty. That's going to come up here in just a minute. But if you are somebody who's thinking about running a Kickstarter campaign, I encourage you to go over to woodshed.agency right now. We have a ton of information out there from, Mondays and Thursdays. We have a podcast episodes called Successfully Funded. That's where we talk to project creators while they're in the middle of campaigns so that we get the most up-to-date information on what's working, what they're doing to become successful, and things that you can do to apply to your campaign. So that's one thing you can do. The second thing you can do is you can read our blog. Every Tuesday, I've got amazing blog episodes or blog issues coming out where we break down all kinds of things from, what to do on Product Hunt, what to do in Facebook ads, things to be thinking about, your checklist, whatever it might be, just tons and tons of valuable information over on our blog section as well. And last but not least, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we put out these 30-minute review shows, and that's where I walk through, like I said, I walk through what I think a campaign should look like and things that you could be adding to it. So that way, when you go to build your page, you're doing it the right way, and you're going out and hitting grand slams. So that's what these shows are all about. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. If you've got comments or questions below, please leave them. I will be monitoring throughout these live shows here, so I can answer your questions. And if you don't want to do it there, you go back to woodshed.agency, click the communities button, and you can join us over on Discord where I've got over almost 95 people in there talking about crowdfunding. So there's tons and tons of stuff for you. So no excuses for you not to be successfully funded if you use all of our resources. So, all right, with all that said, why don't we go ahead and talk to Dusty about his campaign, the DayPack. Here we go. All right, Dusty, welcome. Why don't you tell my listeners who you are and what your Kickstarter campaign is?
Yeah, definitely. My name is Dusty. I've been mostly doing software development for most of my career. A few years back, I wanted to do some more physical kind of product development. And that resulted in Stubborn Goods, the company, and the Kickstarter is for our DayPack, kind of our first product that we're getting out there.
Okay.
And yeah, just trying to get the first round of manufacturing.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, that's so backpack or DayPack. Is it about the same, or is there?
I mean, it's kind of the same. It's like
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like kind of a little bit of a smaller backpack. Like you wouldn't want to go hiking for a day in it or something, you know?
Right. Okay.
Commuting back and forth to work, it's great.
Cool. Okay. Well, let's jump in. Let me hit the old screen share button.
Okay.
The old buttons here. Hopefully that looks like your Kickstarter page, right?
It's still coming up.
Still coming up? Okay.
Yep. There we are. Yep.
Looking good. All right.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Make sure we got this here. All right. So like I said, I'm going to try to look at this just like, first time jumping into the campaign and checking it out. So let's see what we got here. All right. So we're up at the top here. DayPack, simple, solid, functional. Okay. Yeah, so this title, I mean, I may want to think a little bit more around, what this title could be so that you really kind of understand it. Kind of that almost that last question I just had of like the backpack that you need, 9 to 5 or whatever, 9 to 6, something along those lines that maybe kind of solidifies that a little bit more so that people are very quickly getting it like, okay, cool, got it.
Yeah.
So I may work on that titling just a touch more. So again, because right now what you're trying to do is get people to hopefully watch a little bit of your video, right?
Right.
All right. So next thing I scroll down, so I'm seeing that we've got a goal of about 5,200. Is that just a public number for Kickstarter, or is that like the number that you need?
Yeah, I mean it's always tricky trying to figure out the goal, especially the first time through this. That's kind of like really our minimum that we need to do a round of manufacturing, including all the additional costs and fees that go into something like this.
Okay, gotcha. And it looks like this started on the 19th. Is that when it started, the campaign, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right, let's keep kind of going down here. So it is good that the green bar is where it is. I can tell what happened though just by looking at some data is it really needed that pre-launch was probably missing a little bit because there wasn't really could have hit that goal in the first day, would have been like really awesome.
Right.
So coming in, you did about half, give or take, and then had a really big dip on that second day. So like that second day, if that second day was around 1,500 or so, you would have probably saw a little bit slower of a trajectory, but that's a little bit in the weeds. So let's go to the next one here. Let's look at this hero image. So this hero image is okay. I think what my issue I have is the white to white and then this gray. It's almost like I wonder if these things should have had like arrows to it or something, or something that just did a little bit more. So again, I'm trying to imagine that this was shared out on Facebook and it was shared out all over the place. This hero image it's missing something with me. I don't know. I would, if I had a graphic designer in my mind, in my world, I would have them take a look at this and try to really imagine, I guess like I have no idea what Nexus hardware is. I really don't even know what, webbing. So maybe if there was like an arrow to like right here or the zipper to here, I don't know, something. This hero image doesn't do much for me. But that's kind of where my head is. Let's watch the video though. Let's see what that is. Let's jump into that.
Every day, people carry packs that are too big, packs that are not made to carry what you need for the day, packs that look like you're going backpacking in the wilderness, packs that are cheap and flimsy. After looking and trying tons of different backpacks and coming up short, we decided to make the perfect day pack. A day pack that is simple, solid, and most importantly, functional. Today, we're excited to announce the Stubborn Goods Day Pack. It's perfect for commuting to work or school, heading to the coffee shop, or checking out that cool new spot in the city. Whatever is in store for your day, the Day Pack's got your back. Throw your laptop in the padded laptop sleeve, your phone and sunglasses in the easy-to-access front pockets. Organize your chargers and cables in the internal pocket. Toss your water bottle and jacket in the main compartment and you're ready for your day. The Day Pack has large, reliable zippers, designed to work easily so you can grab your stuff when you need it, without fighting the zippers. Part of being functional is being stylish. The DayPack looks great everywhere. Office, school, out and about. No straps hanging around, not huge and frumpy, and not so big that you're worried about knocking over a shelf at the store. A pack made to carry every day also needs to be solid, stubborn. To do that, we use trusted, proven materials. Durable Cordura fabric, reliable YKK zippers, and sturdy ITW Nexus hardware. Materials strong enough for military and defense applications. We believe it's important to make our packs in the US. We're partnering with the local manufacturer to ensure the best craftsmanship and support our local economy. We're confident the DayPack will hold up, and it's backed by our lifetime stubborn warranty.
Hi, I'm Dusty.
And I'm Jen.
We're the founders of Stubborn Goods. We need your support to bring the DayPack to life. Thank you for backing us.
All right. So the video to me, it's okay. And I guess I would say this with, in your mind, did you have the expectation of doing, let's say $50,000 to $100,000, or in your mind is the expectation like, listen, if we get to $5,200, we're good to go, or 10 grand or something like that? What was the expectation for the campaign before you launched?
Yeah, definitely more of that second range, like we just wanted to hit our goal and
Okay.
get going. And, if we went over by 2x, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Definitely we're not shooting for like the 100K range.
Okay. Yeah. So that helps me because that kind of places, because that's where it's like, I think the video, I can almost tell you probably did it yourself, or, a lot of it on an iPhone, and I think the thing that's also probably missing a little bit, and this might be in terms of like, even when traffic's getting here, is you actually had, like, to me, 3 or 4 audiences potentially in that video. And I don't think you identified one particularly. So the fact that like that first 20 seconds shows a kid sitting in a chair, so instantly in my mind, I was like, okay, I'll buy this for my son. It's a book bag for my kids. And that's exactly, but then you start getting into like you going to coffee shops and working. And then because you don't go deep enough into like, will my 16-inch MacBook Pro fit in it? Will my portable podcast system fit in it? So now it's not really it's not really a professional bag that I could like, carry what I just described in it. Or maybe I can, I just don't actually quite know. Right. Or is it for kids? And this is just a great bag that my kids are going to get. And then if it is for the kids, I will speak of my 9-year-old destroys his book bag every year. I don't know what he's doing to it, but like the zippers break. So then, I would love to see like this bag's going to hold up for 2 years. It's an awesome investment. It doesn't have the Patriots logo on it, but you're not paying for that stuff. You're paying for a great bag,
Right.
So because you're kind of going between those, you even have like, I think that like a mom sitting in a park or sitting in the grass, you're really not identifying, I'm solving this problem and that's why I got this bag. Now, at some point, if you have Amazon or Shopify, yes, you might be running ads for all that stuff. But when you don't have that crystal clear, like, man, this is the best backpack for anybody under 9. I'm targeting moms. These are my Facebook ads. These are the problems and the solutions that I'm solving for these people. You sort of are skating in sort of like, yeah, I mean, it's a backpack. I don't know if I need to replace my backpack that I'm currently looking at right now. I don't know, because my backpack does a lot of the stuff you talked about. So I don't really know why I would jump in. So I think that's more than likely a lot of what this campaign is it's a little bit of everybody would like this thing. And that's just not quite Kickstarters. Kickstarters are very like, you're this person, you're going to support this because I'm solving this problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Cool. So let's go a little bit further in here. So again, this first image, it's still something that like, it's not doing something for me. And I don't quite know what it is. It just doesn't feel very powerful. And I'm going to show you like an example of in just a minute. But let's go to this next one. So having an image there, that's great. This GIF really helps that to kind of see how much stuff might be going into this. I can start to maybe relate. Like, it's like there's a jacket. So that's a great image. Now I'll go back to like this first image here though, too, after you get down to the hero, kind of explains my first problem. It's a kid's backpack. It's a woman's backpack. It's I rode my bike to the office today. So like, this is literally me today here in Detroit, right? Like with my backpack on. So we, if it's all three of these, it's really nobody, in this space right now, because the face, and I'll tell you why too, in the audience building of Facebook ads or your copy, how you would speak to this person, this person, each one is completely different, right? Like, and if I'll tell you, I'll just say in my family, this is the person that makes the decision of what backpacks my kids are wearing. So she actually has two different personas I would be marketing to. And this guy has like, man, it's so slick and hip and cool. And, it's just a different, and and just a different
target.
Market. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
And then again, probably just going to I could probably repeat that same thing over and over. So we got in here. I think, so these images are all nice. I would have loved to have these be GIFs. So like, just boom, water on it, boom, zipper up, down, pulling. And, here's a good example of like some GIFs. Let me show you kind of a really good campaign that's just finishing up here. Let me move my bar. Here's a campaign that's done really, really well. Really nice big image, but boom, we're right into GIFs, Yeah. So you kind of just start getting that sense of how I would use it. Another GIF on a train. So again, just imagining that same content, because I saw the video. I know it's stills from the video.
Right.
All I'm saying is like, this would be a 4-second GIF, water pouring on it, water pouring on it. So again, getting people's minds, that's what they're looking at. You're doing the right thing with short text, because that's just enough text, because nobody is sitting down and reading a lot of this, deep diving into it.
Right.
This stuff here, this in my mind right here would have been some sort of graphical image. Because again, I guess it's visually for me, I don't really know. I guess I wouldn't know what half this stuff is. This feels pretty inside baseball to me. Like you might know it.
Right.
But I got no idea. I've never built a backpack. Next thing that I think is missing here too is we haven't had a pre-order button yet. And I'm really big on the pre-order button. And one of the reasons is, and when I say a pre-order button, I mean like a big button here right now that might say pre-order. And when you click on it, it goes to the rewards. Because as people are scrolling, I actually haven't even seen your rewards or price yet, right? And I think that's pretty common for people. So what I like to typically do is, pre-order, hit the pre-order button. It goes to the page, and that's where all of these might be, right? So because what's happening is people have to do, it's double scrolling. Kickstarters are not beautifully designed pages, right? Like they make a lot of my graphic designers annoyed, because it's like, well, this is not very functional since this isn't scrolling with this, right?
Right.
So thinking about how you can put that pre-order button in there, if they're at least interested, they hit here, they go to that next page, and then the rewards will be laid out. So thinking about how you can add those big buttons in here. And while we're on the button conversation, same thing right here. Big buttons for sharing on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, nice big old buttons in here, share on Reddit, whatever it might be. I think this is all nice. This is sort of your, your story, your origin story. I think, it looks like, I guess your buttons are buried down here. So maybe potentially move those up.
Move them up.
I think this timeline, this was another one too. I need more info. I mean, there's got to be more than what's going on right here, right? Like, it might be like, had the first prototype, threw that prototype away, did the second one. And what I'm looking for with timeline is, a quick visual representation of how long you've been working on this thing. Even some of this stuff like order additional materials. What does that mean? Yeah. Like finish the testing. We're doing, we're getting, I don't even know I don't know what's in your timeline, but a little bit more meat on that bone there too. What else is in here? So then I look at it and I go, well, to me now the biggest thing I'm missing is like the reward graphic. Let me see if this one has a good example of it. So this is like just the layout of all the rewards. Let me see. I think if this one doesn't have it, I can find another one. But what I'm looking for is just like, if you buy one, it's this. If you buy two, it's this. Yeah, this one might not have it in here. It's kind of missing it. Let's look at let me find another one here that's got a great example of it so I can show you what I'm talking about here.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's pull up this one here. So again, this one is done very, very well.
Yeah.
But again, big, huge GIF in the top. But let's get down to like, so again, imagining that people are only scrolling here. See the big pre-order button? I love that.
Okay.
You know,
And that
here's your
just
like,
goes- sorry, the pre-order button just links to the rewards thing on the side. Is
yeah,
that
see,
the
nope.
idea?
See how you click that? And then it goes to this. So it's a hyperlink of this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yep. And then I think this might be another good example too, because I like this. And you might have this too of like, maybe like the 3 best ways to use your backpack, right? Just boom, 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 right? Just these are the 3 best ways, something along those lines. But then what I was trying to get to is going to be right down. They got a lot of stuff on this page. Oh, here we go. Right here. Boom. Choose your rewards. So again, I haven't even moved on this. I haven't done this yet, right? I'm doing this. $49. Okay, I'm going to save 30%. I'm going to get that one, right? So if I go back to yours, that's going to be your 109. Is that yeah, about 109, right?
Yep.
Boom, 109. So there's just a big button. I'm saving whatever your percentage is. I don't whatever your numbers are.
Yeah.
So just keep going back to, I mean, like, boom. If, is there a whole package deal where I can get, different colors? What happens if I bought the 4 packs, I got 4 kids, I don't know, whatever it might be.
Right.
And then I think the next 2 things you might be missing, and I don't know if you can add these or not, is there any add-ons or is there any stretch goals that you could add to this page that encourages somebody to go, okay, I'll buy for 109, but I'm actually going to give you 150 because I want the extra water bottle holder middle thing that goes in it. I don't know. Or
right.
I want the iPad and MacBook sleeves in it, which doesn't come normally. But for you, it might be just a little extra thing. But for me, I'm carrying my iPad, and my laptop. This is my portable setup that I'm at the office for right now. And now you would identify that and go, okay, well, the only way we're going to get to that is if we hit 15,000, because I got to do extra things, right? If I hit 15K, right, I'm going to add this extra liner in, or whatever your world is. Or we're going to add a second pair of straps. I don't know.
Yeah, something. Okay.
Something. But so finding that sort of add-on, and then I'm going to give you the next big thing right here. So many people forget this on their pages. Nobody knows how Kickstarter works. Like, nobody. I've been doing this 10 years and I'm still shocked where I'm like, what? You don't get it? And rightfully so. This is a purchase that, like, no other, this isn't an Amazon purchase or a Shopify or a grocery store. Like, I have to select a reward. Okay. And then what? Then I enter my payment, and then you will not get charged to the end. So literally have a section on this page to walk people through this process. So how many people might have went to your page and go, oh, I love it, I can't figure it out, and then they're gone instantly.
Yeah, I know. That's a great idea. I've heard that feedback a little bit.
Yep.
Just
it's
recently as
every
well.
campaign. Nobody knows. And even for us, we
It's
go
so
a little
crazy.
bit. Yeah, we go a little bit more in depth than this. I actually use a tool called ManyChat, and I'll put a big, like, need help button or something like that. And when you click it, it goes to a tool called ManyChat, and I have a bot built that basically walks you through how Kickstarter works. And it's really simple to build. I just don't want to typically be answering how Kickstarter works all day, right?
Yeah.
If I can have a bot do it, I'll have that. But
Perfect.
something along these lines. And I also think too, just another quick thing, these little emojis in the rewards, all this stuff helps draw the eye. Your reward, it's pretty close, but this one's just got a little bit extra, flavor and spice on it.
Yeah, totally.
So it's not like you're like far off. It's like all of these little things that go from, it's a page to, wow, this is really laid out well. I get it. It's got a good, there's good energy behind it. Like, one other thing I've noticed too is that your campaign's been up for what, 5 days? 5 days. This will be day 5, right?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, just about right. You know, one update, really be overactive on the updates. I'm sending out, you know, on a 30-day campaign, I might be doing between 20 to 25 updates. So, you know, and showing this bag in public. You know, another thing that you're kind of missing too is testimonials. Like there's never anybody like that's not in your camp talking about it or showing it somewhere, or you know, hey, oh my gosh, I love this backpack because we ride a bus every day, you know, or we used to ride a bus every day, whatever it might be. But something, just a little bit more meat. And those could be great updates of like, hey, everybody, here's, I want to tune into Jenny over here. She's got a bag. She uses it for her son. Again, whatever the demographic is, right? This is how they use it. And she's let her, I'm going to have her tell a story, you know, same thing. Like you might be wanting to do Facebook Lives. So again, very similar to what we're doing right now on Zoom. Just record it and put it on Facebook Live and show the behind the scenes. Talk a little bit more about your manufacturing partner here in the States if you want. Interview them. Who are they? Are they excited about this bag? You know, you kind of, you have this, did you have to learn how to sew? Like, is this something that you know how to do? That, like this image right here to me set, like there's a lot here that isn't talked about. Is there your story? Like, how did you get to this point? You know, that could be a great Facebook Live. Just, and all that stuff just shows passion as to why you're doing this and why people's money is safe with you. You know, because that's ultimately what's happening too, is like they also could never get the bag. It's, you know, it's a part of this. So all of those things really help out a lot with just creating a really powerful campaign. Oh, I've been talking to myself. Well, it looks like we looks like we lost them. I don't know. Oh, he's back. He's back.
All right.
There he is.
Sorry
He's
about
back.
that.
That's all right. I don't know where I jumped off. I was like, man, I might be talking to myself for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
We were talking about updates.
Oh yeah. So I was just saying, you know, on a 30-day campaign, we're doing between 20 to 25 updates, being super energetic, being really excited, having lots to talk about, trying to get testimonials if possible, you know, and really using that as sort of a springboard for all the other things that could be happening. And I think I was also talking too about, you know, doing weekly Facebook Lives, right? Like as simple as what we're doing right now, getting on a Zoom and, hey, I'm going to interview the where this stuff's going to be made, the Made in USA, the factory,
Right.
whatever it is, right? I'm going to interview them because I want these guys to be excited about this bag too, and I want to tell their story. So, what's their story? What are they doing in this picture? And then I think the other thing that I think is missing from this, so this image right here, to me, speaks a ton. Did you have to learn how to sew? Like what, you know, when, is there a backstory here somehow? What's going on in this? And that's, again, could be a great Facebook Live. I'll show you, actually, I'm going to give you a quick example.
Okay.
I don't know if you see this. You see that here, this bag?
Yep.
This bag I bought off Kickstarter because I buy a lot of stuff off there. It was made by a 18-year-old kid in high school who had to learn how to sew and home ec, and just decided to make a bag. And he, you know, if you go back, I interviewed him. I bought the bags. He has all this backstory that he just really leaned on. And I'm kind of assuming there's a little bit of this here as well.
Yeah, definitely.
That's just probably not being utilized 100%. So don't be afraid of that stuff. That's the stuff that in the Kickstarter space, that's what people really eat up. So thinking about how you can utilize that, and especially with 22 days to go, that means you could at least do 4 to 5 Facebook Lives and treat them like an event. Hey, tune in on Thursday, 8 o'clock. I'm going to be talking about how, you know, the very first thing I sewed these curtains, or whatever. They were a mess. You know, I jammed the machine. Whatever, right? Whatever your world is. You know, and look at where I got to here. Here's the first prototype. Look, you know, the zippers were wrong. It wasn't the right size. Here's my third version of it. You know, all that stuff just adds so much weight to your story and what you're doing. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Any other, about 4 minutes ago, any other questions you can think of that I didn't cover, or anything you wanted to pick my brain about?
I mean, that's a lot of good stuff that you just don't think about on your first campaign. And even reading, I mean, of course, everyone reads a ton of different content about it, but until you get in there, you don't really know. So
and what we find too is that you're so much in your own head, and you got so many things, and you feel like, man, I worked so much on it, and then you're like, oh, there was like 40 more things, and it's just it's a part of it. And it does get easier as somebody. I think we've run 300 some odd campaigns. It gets easier, and you start having this checklist, and you just boom, I know I gotta have it, and then you're just waiting for all the things that pivot and change. Whether it's social media, or it's, an algorithm changes, or there's a new little nuance that we're doing. But really, when you get down to it, it's like a lot of the stuff I hope we talked about today was pretty bigger things of just like a big pre-order button, and just really thinking about how people are using these that little, the reward slide, but they're mostly just scrolling down. Really go to that Hitch campaign and just, that's like a 50 scroll down thing, and you got to imagine there's a point where you just get lost, and you're like, man, this is really cool, you know? And so, funny story on that one too, is like, my wife does not buy Kickstarter stuff. It's just not, she's not in the demographic. She bought that one. And I think it's just, she got lost. She's like, all right, I got to buy this thing. I'll just go buy it. So
amazing.
Just got to think about how you're coming across in that too. And again, you have a lot of images with, a woman in it. So if this is a woman bag, they're going to be completely different animals on Kickstarter, and how they think about it, how they purchase. And that demographic actually isn't usually on Kickstarter. So to get some Kickstarter traffic, really your demographic is, it's this guy, where the 25 to 45-year-old white males are that's who's on Kickstarter. So, and that's some of those little decisions you have to make as a company early on, just to get that, you're just getting your foot out there. You're just getting everything out there. Later on, you might have different marketing campaigns. You might have different landing pages for kids to, but that's not what we are right now. So, but
that makes sense too.
Yep. Well, very, very cool, man. Well, I'm intrigued. I'm watching it on my end. Hopefully this was a lot of good, valuable information for you. I hope,
definitely.
Hopefully it can help. And then, but let me know if you need anything, and I appreciate you being on the show, and good luck with the rest of the campaign, man.
Awesome. No, I really appreciate it. It's tons of helpful information. So I really do appreciate it.
Awesome, man. I'm glad I could help.
All right.
Have a great rest of the day, man.
Bye.
Talk to you later.
You too.
Bye now.
Into it every time.